We are going to read the original work of Hippocrates' Epidemics. This, we believe, is the true source of the quote in First Do No Harm. Before we do that, though, we're going to review some of the challenging words that may block meaning. And as we look at our sheet, we have the word antecedent and we have the word mediate. Ante is the prefix, medi is the root word. Start with ante. Ante is a Latin prefix meaning before, and the examples are antebellum, existing before the war. This would be the Civil War. Antenna, the feelings on the head of an insect used as organs of touch. And anterior, placed before or in front. Then we have the word mediate or medi, which is a Latin word meaning middle or between. There are a large number of English vocabulary words including medium, mediocrity, and medieval. So we're going to rewrite this again for understanding. The physician must be able to tell, instead of the antecedent, what comes before. Know the present and foretell the future. I want to stop right here because as we know, doctors do this when you go into their office or emergency room. They start by asking what's happened. That's the what comes before. You might say, I was on a ladder reaching for a frisbee that was stuck on the roof and I fell off the ladder. You know, at that point, the doctor will examine your injury. That's what's currently going on, knowing the present. You can't move your left arm without pain. And then the doctor will give you a diagnosis, and by that, foretell the future. You have a fracture, you need to keep it immobile for 8 weeks so it can heal properly. So we know that this part of the quote is in fact what is the reality. So let's go a little further. Must mediate these things and have two special objects in view with regard to disease, mainly to do good or do no harm. So must mediate, maybe say, doctors must come between these events. And what events are those? The injury and the patient. Well, that makes sense because they do that. Looking at the patient and the injury, they come up with a plan. So in fact, we finish off by saying they mediate these things, doctors must come between the event and have two special objects in view with regard to disease, mainly to do good or to do no harm. And that really makes sense in what doctors currently do today. So this quote now makes a lot of sense because it is actually in practice today by good physicians.